Hi guys, Simply Natural here. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have a video to share with you guys. Over the past few months has been tough for a lot of persons with the pandemic and so many different things going on, and a lot of it has not been positive. So it's really easy for us to get lost in this space and sort of like get very discouraged and very down and nervous and anxious, and just, it kind of throw us off our grind, our usual grind. It's just really depressing sometimes. In my own experience, I have experienced some anxiety and a lot of down times this year, unfortunately, especially with my health. So I had to really sit down and think of ways that I can be more deliberate with remaining positive during this time, because some of the things that's been happening really took a toll on me, and I just sat down and I thought of ways that I can do it, and some of these I actually started doing. I haven't gotten around to doing everything, and I wouldn't do all in 1 week, or it's not a hard and fast thing. So it's just 10 tips that are very practical and very simple that you can try to, be more positive during difficult times, during a crisis, and so on. Right? So let's get right into the video. So I have my stuff on my phone here, so I'm going to be looking down from time to time. So the first one that I actually have is to practice gratitude. Now this one, I have been practicing it, if not on a daily, probably every other day, and sometimes when I miss a day, I try to go back and think about something during that day that I could thank God for. So practicing gratitude is one of the ways that you can really see positive, because it helps you to stop and see that good things are actually happening. They may be small, you may miss them, but yes, they are actually happening. So practicing gratitude has been one of my go-tos in terms of remaining positive during difficult times, right? So I try to write down at least 3 things that I am thankful for, whether it's early in the morning or before I go to bed, and that really helps me reflect on good things, right? So the second one I have is pray, spend time with God, meditate on His words, on His promises. I did do a video some time back with 5 ways in which we can be hopeful in difficult times. It's sort of similar, but that more dealt with the spiritual aspect of things. So if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll be sure to link it, and you guys can go and check that out, right? So prayer is very important. It is connecting with God, spending time with God, meditating on His promises is really, really good for just thinking about the fact that God is still in control, and that He promised that He would take care of us, right? So number 3, which is something I have been practicing a while now, especially within these past few months, because I really couldn't take it any longer. And this one is take breaks from social media and news sites. News sites, whether it be radio, television, media, social media, wherever you get your news from. It's very important that you take breaks from it because it can literally consume you. It can consume you, right? So it's important to sometimes know when to shut it off. Say, all right, I don't need to know everything. I don't need to read every single headline. Sometimes even you might not go looking for stuff, but sometimes they're on your feed. And in terms of if you would like to even go a step further and unfollow some of these pages, I literally had to do that on YouTube. I had to unsubscribe from quite a few media houses that I was subscribed to in the past with the news, with the whole incident about George Floyd and stuff. And yeah, I need to do a video talking to you guys about that incident and how that really affected me. It was crazy. It was too much. It was too much. So I literally had to unsubscribe, and whenever YouTube gave me the recommendations, I would say don't recommend this channel or hide this video. Or so that's number 3. Take breaks from social media and news. And sometimes it can even be your friends who are actually always sharing it. At the beginning, I used to be sharing all the media conferences and stuff, and I really slowed down quite a bit with that because I realized that it can get to be too much, right? So even if you want to mute certain things from your friends, you may not want to unfollow them, like their whole page, but you might want to mute certain things on their page if you realize that they're constantly posting and it's a bit too much for you to handle. I guess you can probably unfriend them or send them a message before you unfriend them if you're that close with them, and let them know, listen, I kind of need to have a break from this, so don't take it personal. I'm just unfollowing you for a while because I'm trying to get in a proper mental space, in a positive mindset, a positive headspace, and it's just too much for me. No offense, right? It's nothing personal, alright? And them being your friend, they would understand why you made that decision. So number 4, it's take time to do the things you love. And this is so important because we can get so busy with life doing this, that, and the other, and just focusing on all the negative stuff, and we forget that, you know, I like to do this. Some of the things I have, for example, like if you love to read, if you love to draw, if you love to cook, paint, color, anything that you love to do, make sure and you put aside some time, at least if it's once or twice a week, to try to do stuff that you enjoy. Number 5, I have treat yourself, and you don't actually have to go out to really get yourself a treat or treat yourself. As we all know, well, the time I am filming this video, we would have already gone back into a sort of lockdown, and they're saying that if you don't have to go somewhere, please let it be essential. Try not to go out, right? So you can take care of yourself at home. You can do a small little face mask. You can have a nice long shower or bath. You can treat yourself to a favorite snack. Some persons love specific things, like probably donuts or ice cream or whatever. You know, you don't have to do it. I'm not saying that you're going to go and eat a set of unhealthy things, but sometimes you can just kind of relax and unwind and enjoy certain things. Burn your favorite candle, curl up and watch a movie. You know, do something fun. If you like hot chocolate, by all means. I do not endorse coffee, so no to the coffee, or maybe some decaffeinated tea, right? Number 6, I have take care of your body, and so it includes the New Start acronym, which is nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God. So that takes care of everything, so we can try to, eat healthy, because some of the things that we eat do affect our mood, even when we have all this pent up stress and so on. Exercise is another way of getting rid of that stress and easing our bodies from the stress, as well as making us feel good. It also has benefits for those who are trying to lose weight. Exercise can be a good way for that as well. So that's number 6, right? And as we know, gyms and everything are also closed, so try to find some exercise routine at home. If not, take a walk in nature that is not in a crowded space. Actually, I had started going back out when they lifted the regulations before to exercise, to basically walk, and I was very skeptical at first. It took me a little while after the regulations lifted to go back out there, and then after I saw the cases rising, hubby and I decided this wasn't, we're not gonna continue even before they put back these new regulations. So I have been doing some exercise at home. I look for stuff. There's free stuff on YouTube you can check out. So let's try to do that. Sleep, I'm still working on that one. In terms of going to bed on time and getting your full 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours of rest. I am a night baby, unfortunately. I love doing everything at night. I love filming at night. I love washing the dishes at night. I love, if I have to make anything, cook or whatever, I like doing it at night. I don't know why. I just feel like I have all the energy. All the energy in the world at night, but I really have to make a conscious effort to try to go in my bed at a certain time. I know that this is lock off, and see how I can implement some of the things in the morning time, right? So the 7th tip that I have is to consider starting a journal. So well, you guys know that I do bullet journaling. I don't always get to keep up with it, but I try to do it when I can. And even it doesn't have to be a bullet journal per se. You can start by just writing, getting a notebook and write down your thoughts and so on. I have been writing it in a random notebook. Sometimes I would write down prayers, sometimes I would write down a text, sometimes I would write down how I feel, what I did that day, as well as what I want to thank God for during that day. So I just have a notebook just there for my random thoughts and so on. So it really does help when you write down stuff. It allows you to let go of whatever pent up feelings you may have inside, right? So you can start a journal. The 8th one that I have is connect with your good friends. Now, of course, again, in this time, we are not encouraged to go out and have limes, and limes as in get together with your friends. For those of you who may not be from Trinidad who are watching, when we say limes, we mean like a little get together, right? So we're not encouraged to do that, but there are so many different options where we can actually. My phone keeps locking. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah. So there's so many options that we can choose to connect with our friends. We can call them on the phone directly. We can use different messenger platforms. We can talk to them on Facebook, FaceTime, all the different things. If you want to have like a Zoom party, you can do that. Everybody in their own space, but you're still connecting. So connecting with your good friends, have a laugh, do stuff together, play some games online, whatever you can come up with. That is one of the ways that you can remain positive during this time. Number 9 is think of one way in which you can help someone. Now, I have known this for quite a while. I've experienced that when you have your own issues, or when you're feeling down, and when you have your own problems, when you help other persons, listen, that just takes away everything about how you are feeling, and you feel so good, you feel so refreshed that you can assist somebody. You feel so good about helping that person, and it really does take your mind off of your own issues. Now, you're not doing it for that reason, you're doing it genuinely to help the person, but the results that you get afterward is really, really rewarding. So that's one tip that you can use, right? And the last one I have that I will share with you guys is to actually talk to a professional if you think that this is way too much for you and it's getting out of hand, and you really can't, you're not able to connect, you're not able to do the stuff that you want to do before, you're not able to express yourself. I think it's really worth it to talk to a professional. Mental health is no joke. I think I shared it with you guys that I started talking to a counselor a few years ago, probably 1 or 2 years ago. I'm still with that person, and it really has been helping me deal with certain situations. And yeah, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. I know as Black persons, I hope I don't get flack for saying that, but most of us grew up in a kind of you have to grow up tough. Like, we were kind of taught to, you know, be tough, be strong, be confident. I'm not saying that we shouldn't encourage those things, but at the same time, I think if you feel deep down inside that you need to talk to someone professional, because sometimes we go and talk to our friends, we talk to our spouses, we talk to all kinds of people, hoping that they will give us some help, but they in themselves might not be the right persons to talk to. They may be able to give us good advice, but maybe the advice might not be specific to help us. So I really do believe that talking to a professional can help, right? Especially in these times, there's so many things that are going on, and sometimes you just need a little guidance down that path. I know the churches usually offer some sort of counseling in terms of pastors and so on, but also the professional counseling, the therapists and so on, psychologists, and some may even go to psychiatrists if needed. We shouldn't be ashamed of taking that step, right? So guys, those are the 10 tips or 10 ways you can be positive during these difficult and very sad and depressing times, right? If you have any more tips, do share them with me down below. Have any of you guys been practicing any of the tips that I mentioned? Drop a comment and share it with me. As I mentioned, I already started implementing some of these tips. I really had to, as I said, I had to make a deliberate decision to do that because it was actually unfortunately affecting my health. So guys, I hope everyone is doing well. If you need someone to talk to, I mean, hit me up in my DM. If you really think that you need help, please don't forget to reach out to a professional. Alright, and I think there are a lot of free resources. So if you are thinking about the course, I think there are a lot of free resources as well you can probably try to tap into. I would see if I could get that information and link it below. right? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this video is helpful to you guys. If it is, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please be sure to share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.